Welcome to EHS Nights News. I'm Nona.
And I'm Cece. Our first story is an interview of the students and teachers from the art club.
Art is very important to a lot of people, and a lot of people in our school. It's so important that an EHS teacher made an entire club dedicated to art. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be interviewing the art club. Emily explains why they joined the art club.
I've loved art since I was like 3 years old, been able to draw, and I really love art club because I feel like I'm at peace here, and it's like my favorite thing to come to during the day, especially AP art.
She then explains what they like about drawing.
Drawing, I think I like drawing more than painting and anything else because that is where I feel like my best at, and I think I have like the best art better than I do with like math or like social studies or something like that. So I feel like I have a better connection with art than any other subject in school.
Bree talks about one of their most favorite projects.
I made this one project with an open rib cage. It showed like a heart continuously being shattered, and it was just like really thrilling for me to be able to use my art style in that type of way, as I'm not really known for drawing realistic compared to other art styles.
Miss Lands explains why she made the art club.
Not everybody can fit art into their schedule, and even if they can fit art into their schedule, if it's a drawing class or a ceramics class, it might not be like the art that they want to work on. It's, projects kind of designed by the teacher, where art club you can just come and go. You don't have to, you don't have to stay the whole time. You don't have to come every week, but it's here. We know that we're going to have a good time and be creative and be around creative people when we come here. And I think it's grown, and we actually have a really a pretty big chapter of the National Art Honor Society now. So if anybody wanted to be inducted into that, they can come see me. And we meet about twice a month as the National Art Honor Society. And the difference between art club and that is kind of the level of dedication and willingness to set up for art shows and be reliable to plan events and things like that.
The art club meets on Mondays right after school for an hour in room 149. I'm Nick Zen, EHS News signing off.
Now let's take a look at our town's Winterfest from earlier this month.
Winterfest is held every year around the town green, ending with a parade organized by the fire stations.
So, as being a member of the fire department, we run the entire parade and organize. I also was participating in it with my own piece of equipment, just because it's such a unique piece of equipment. But I had a 1953 Clark 6, which was a baggage tractor, or an airport tug as some know it to be. Trailers around on airports, and it would move airplanes. It originally was actually on a military base of some sort down in Pennsylvania when it was brand new off the assembly line.
I'm Josh reporting.
Cookbook author Jesse Sheehan cooks live with Ellington High School culinary student. Here's the story.
Ellington High School invited a guest speaker who is a baker and an author. She joined our students today over Zoom and taught us how to make one of her treats.
As a teaching assistant program, when you brown butter, you'll be able to smell it. That's also what's nice about using a white pan when you brown butter, or a medium metal pan brown. And I can kind of see that. I'm kind of squirreling myself. Interrupt me at any time, so I will not get hurt feelings, I promise. I'm at a very, The Vintage Baker is a book in which I used my collection of tiny little vintage recipe booklets, such as these, to, or if it came to me. Yes, it says 9 or 10.
I love Rice Krispie treats as well, and kids are kind of like a childhood cereal for me. So I think it'd be a good thing to make during the holidays, like the Christmas.
Rice Krispie Krispy Treats get like a little bit too crunchy. Like they stay like super, super soft. They're pretty special. Highly recommend you guys make those this holiday. And you could use the red and green sanding sugar on those.
Students involved in the process enjoyed it.
I thought it was really fun. I've never made something like this before using cereal, so I thought it was really cool that we incorporated that as well as marshmallows.
Did you learn anything?
I did learn something. So I've never known that you can actually brown butter in the microwave. So I'm definitely going to use that in the future because that's definitely a cool hack that you can learn.
Students felt great working with a professional baker.
It felt really great. We don't get opportunities like this a lot. I usually work with other students that like to bake as well, but this time I was able to talk to a professional and get her insight instead of like Chef Hellman or another student.
Ellington High School enjoyed having a professional baker and are planning to host more similar events in the future. This is Chance reporting.
Let's hand it over to Nona and Carly to discuss the language options at EHS.
Hello, my name is Carly.
And I'm Nona.
And today we're going to take a look at how the different languages provided at EHS benefit the students.
We asked Senor Rivera, how does learning Spanish affect kids later in their lives?
Well, it's going to help them in their career choice, whatever career they're in. It could help them make new friends that speak that language, if they ever travel to a country that speaks that language. So it definitely has multiple benefits.
We also asked a Spanish student why she decided to take the language.
Because I've been taking it since like 7th grade, so I've just like decided to continue with it, and I think the culture is pretty interesting too.
Next, we interviewed the French teacher, Dr.Patten, about why she started teaching students French.
I took French in high school and I liked it and I thought it was really interesting. But when I was in college and graduate school, I had a lot of opportunities to study abroad, and I really loved it, and I wanted to share that experience with other students.
Next, a French student tells us what she likes about the class.
Like our classes when we all we all connect together and we all like to participate and, just like answer questions, stuff like that. Like as a class, we like to, make things fun and stuff. Yeah.
Lastly, Miss White, the Latin teacher, tells us how she plans on bringing the language.
Well, I try to make it relevant for my students. So we read the words of the ancient Roman authors, but then we sort of look into those words to see how we can relate to them today. We also try and do a lot of more fun activities. We learn about ancient Roman culture, which is the beginning of our culture. For instance, I always tell my students, think about cement. The Romans invented cement. Here I am standing in front of a cement wall. Yeah, Latin's not dead, not here.
We also asked a Latin student what he liked about Latin.
I mean, it's the base of all languages that people know, so I think that's pretty interesting. And it's decently easy to learn. So.
Now, all the language teachers tell us different things about the seal of biliteracy.
Where you are as far as your communication skills, and it's something that you can show to future employers and say, I took this test and I'm at this level of proficiency. So it definitely has a lot of benefits.
The seal of biliteracy is a seal that you can get on your diploma when you graduate. In order to get that, you take an exam that covers reading, writing, speaking, and listening, all of the basic skills that you learned in a language class. And we offer it for French and Spanish and other languages that we offer here in Ellington, and we also offer it for other languages as well.
So I think the seal of biliteracy is just more of an honor. It's proof that a student has really worked hard and studied hard to show that they understand Latin. They were able to pass the test that earns them that seal. So it goes on their diploma and is just proof of how hard they worked.
Taking a language in high school is very beneficial because it can broaden your knowledge on different cultures.
The languages provided at EHS include Spanish, French, Latin, as well as Portuguese, ASL, and Arabic.
This has been Carly
and Nona.
Thank you for watching.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Ciao.
Au revoir.
Walete omnes.
Thank you for watching EHS Night News. We'll see you next time.